Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
hey, what's up? What's going on?
Nothing really, or everything. It depends.
Wow, I see you got a lot of instruments there.
Yeah, this is my asylum. You know, there's a lot
Oh,
of shit.
wow, wow.
I need
Um,
to have it, close by so I can just grab it and.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Actually, cool. You got a nice picture of you on the wall back there.
Yeah, I got that as a gift actually from a art person. I
Right.
think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
The Godfather.
Yeah, yeah. It's a cool picture. So how you doing? Everything going good?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. I mean, I'm always like you, busy, you
Right.
know. It's
Definitely.
very few moments where it's all cool. Um,
How rarely are you home?
I have my studio here at home,
Right.
so I have this on the second floor, which means I don't disturb anyone.
Right. Yeah.
And or it's actually on the eighth floor in
Wow.
this building. But well, I'm always here. I mean, this is where I want to be. So
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So let's start off some of the information I found about you. And um, in 1992, Dion Fortune,
yeah.
tell me a little bit about that band.
92 was it? No, it gotta be like 95.
Okay.
Because it was when I moved to Stockholm. I didn't have any band, so I tried out different, different kind of projects, and this was actually one of the guys that um, I had living at my place.
Right.
We had this band called Dion Fortune, and so he asked me if I wanted to join. I said, "Yeah, I have nothing else to do." So what I remember, we recorded a demo with Mike Weed from King Diamond
Okay.
as a
Cool.
producer, I think.
Yeah.
But I think we were going for like 4 months or something, so it wasn't that serious.
Right. Yeah. So nothing was recorded and released.
No, we only made that demo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so but I don't have it, so I would love to hear it one day,
Yeah.
or
Cool.
maybe not. I don't know.
Cool. Cool. So let's jump into Animal. That came at 2004. That's the
Hmm.
research I got. And I know you told me some stories about, you showing up at Piper's house, knocking on the door and stuff like that. Can you give me any other kind of information how that band, went on its path or, I know you did it, shows and stuff like that. And tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, well, it all started with, I'm a huge Wasp fan. I love Wasp, and especially like the two first albums, or
Right.
uh, the albums I really love. Um, and then I saw that Paris Records was releasing the Animal 900 pound steam.
Right. Yeah.
So I went online, and this was like very early in the stage of, having any internet that you could download shit. I mean, it would take a week for MP3. So, but I got hold of Tom at Paris Records, and he told me that he contacted their management, whomever that was. So I got it in advance
Right.
as
Yeah.
a, and I was so disappointed because it was like mastered in mono. So the
Right.
sound was horrific. I mean, there is some songs on there which I like, but it's more a demo, to be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
And I just felt, okay, so now my hero, Randy here, is releasing an album in this quality. It's not fair. So what I did was I called them up and said, hey, I can remix the whole album for free
Right. Yeah.
because this don't release it like it is.
Right.
But it
Right.
was too late.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then later on, Piper called me up and asked me to if I could join the band to play guitar on the 900 pound steam tour.
Right.
Because Chris Holmes couldn't leave the state of California, I think it was, or
Right.
something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm super flattered, but I just had like a baby.
Right.
So And I said, so when is it? Yeah, it's on Saturday. And I said, look, come on, man, I'm in Sweden to start with, you know.
Yeah,
And the thing is, the first thing he told me or asked me was, what size are you? And I was
right.
like, why? Yeah,
Yeah,
because Chris Holmes has a lot of cool shit to wear.
right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay. No, but then it took a few years, and then Piper and Rich called me up and asked me if I wanted to do something with them.
right,
So I wrote like the whole first album, and at my birthday, I went to the airport and took my gear with me and went home to Piper's place
right.
in
Yeah,
Cincinnati, Ohio, and we recorded pretty much the whole album there.
right,
And then I took all the files back home and made, it got the drummers and bass players and
right.
whatever. So,
Wow,
and the best part of it is that I actually just started remixing a few tracks from the first album from
right.
Violent and Breed
Cool, cool.
because I love that album. But again, I mean,
Uh,
it would be cool to have a little different sound. It's soon 20 years since it was released, so
right,
it could be cool to give something extra, you know.
right. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So let's move on to now Crash Diet in 2005, Rest in Sleaze. And you produced that album. And
Hmm.
it's like, for me, it's a highlight in my life. It's like one of the best albums ever. And Dave Lepard is a god to me. And,
Yeah.
I got to thank you again for sending me them handwritten lyrics that Dave did. And that's on my wall with the letter from you verifying it was Dave's handwriting and stuff like that. That was for a song called Needles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So tell me what it was like in the recording studio with Crash Diet and Dave Lepard.
Well, everything started with it was Dave who always called me
Right,
and said, "You have to produce us because we're the best band in the world." You know, and I was like, "Come on, man," you know. And after a while, I agreed to meet up with them, and I met them outside of McDonald's at the Central Station, and I couldn't miss out who the band was, when I saw them. And they were kind of drunk and poor, and I bought them some cheeseburgers, and we started talking, and it was just like full on. And somehow I just felt like if they are this crazy already, I mean,
right,
I have so many stories to talk about them before they even entered the studio, you
right.
know.
Yeah,
And if you have that charisma, something is gonna happen.
yeah,
So I told them I'll do two songs, and let's see where we go from there. So we did Riot in Everyone and one more. I don't remember which one it was.
right,
Uh, but that was released as a vinyl later on,
right. Yeah,
as a single, the demo for that. And it was pretty cool. I mean, we had fun. It was a lot of beers and stuff, and so it all worked out. And then, of course, they got a deal on that
right,
demo. And Dave was really pissed off because they wanted to use their in-house producers.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
no fucking way. We want Laney. We're a team now.
right. Yeah,
So he really fought to have me on board, me and Anders Ringman, my friend,
right.
whom I had the studio with at the time. So we kind of co-produced it together.
Wow.
And well, one thing to another. Now we're all, really recording for the Rest in Sleaze, and that was tough. That was really tough because he wasn't in the best place right then.
Right.
There was even, I pushed him up to the wall, and I was like, you know, almost fist fighting, and then they
Wow.
disappeared, and it was a lot of crying, and it
Right.
was fucking blood, sweat, and tears that album.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm super proud of it. And I even got hired from the band, when they were supposed to go out on tour later on. So I was producing their live show, like
Right.
the drum solos, how Eric should do it, and what
Right.
order songs should be, and all that. So I know there is one from Fryshuset. It's called, one live in Sleaze or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That is
Hmm.
from that show we rehearsed for. So.
Right. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So, what kind of person was Dave?
Super intelligence. I
Right.
mean, a very, what can I say? It was funny as hell. I mean,
Right.
it was just full of shit. And I think today, if I would say he had like what do you call it?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
ADHD
yeah, yeah.
and everything,
Uh-huh.
because I could totally tell when he was on something, because then he
Right.
was
Yeah.
the opposite from everyone else going,
Right.
you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
know.
Wow.
But no, 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 he was super nice, and but he had so much energy and so much clear visions of what he wanted to do, which always got him into trouble as well, because he
Right.
could shut up. He needed to tell
Yeah.
exactly how he felt, and you know, nobody. He was a sweetheart. We were friends,
Right. Yeah.
and still to this day, I regret I didn't answer that night, because he
Right.
called.
Yeah. Uh,
And but I had children, and he was calling every time he had a little party for himself or whatever. He could call like 2 o'clock in the morning, or
right.
So,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, I don't know
Unbelievable.
what to say,
Yeah.
but I mean, we were family at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know you were very hurt. Um, it's kind of emotional. And that open letter that you posted uh
Yeah.
to Dave, very you know, sad.
Yeah,
You
but it
know.
was tough. It was tough. I mean, I tried to be a role model. I wasn't that that
Right.
old, you know. Uh, but I tried to be. I mean, as a producer, you're almost like the shrink as well,
Right. Yeah.
And in this case, very special guys in the band, and they needed me,
Right.
to be like the big brother, the mentor, the daddy, the
Right.
everything.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, of course, it was sad, and I was angry,
Right. Yeah. I could tell.
because I mean it was pretty much because I think that taking your own life is a coward to start with,
Right.
and very selfish.
Right.
But I mean, with all these demons and all that, maybe it's in a better place. So
Right. Yeah. Let's move on to Zan Clan in 2005. We are
mhm.
Zan Clan. Tell me a little bit about that project.
Yeah, same. I found my old hero Zinny
Uh-huh.
Zan, and I convinced him to come to my studio. I said, I have 3 songs I want you to listen to. So he
Right.
came in, and he recorded, I think it was 2 of them. And on his way home, he stopped the car. He called me up and he said, "Fuck you, man. We need to do this."
Right.
So right there and then, the first day we tried out, we decided to form a band.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, I know some guys. So I called up Egberg and Kolberg and
Uh-huh.
we and Pontus Norgren,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we just had a meeting, and we're talking about what are we going to call this project.
Right.
And Zini came in with his own T-shirt, the old Zan
Uh-huh.
Clan T-shirt, from his, because he actually released one album with a band called Zan Clan. That's not the same. It was called Citizen of Wasteland, I think that album was called.
Okay.
But the name and everything was so cool, so we said, fuck it, let's go for that.
Yeah. Cool.
And we had fun. I mean, before we even recorded an album, we went on tour opening up for Whitesnake. We went opening up for Queensryche.
Right.
And we did, like, with Whitesnake, it was like the big arena shows.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Wow. That's
and then we released the CD, and unfortunately, not much happened.
right. Yeah.
We did a ton of gigs, and then there is this Eurovision Song Contest thing, and Pontus Egberg and Norgren got
Right.
picked up by the Poodles, which was they put it together for that
Right.
competition.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
so we were standing there, me, Kolberg, and Zinni, and wondering what we should do. And I was so angry again,
Uh-huh.
which is
Right.
a good engine sometimes.
Yeah.
So we went in and we did demo with Nalle Paulsson on bass
Right.
and Love from Dynasty on guitar.
Wow.
That was like the Mark II of the band.
Oh,
But somehow I lost all my energy for it, you
yeah.
know.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was, it
Wow.
just felt like sour to, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So tell me about Laney's Legion. That was in 2006, I think.
No,
Nope.
2014,
Wow. Okay. Let's do Laney's
I
Legion
think.
anyway.
Adelina's Legion was actually my third solo album, pretty
Right.
much. Because I released Pure in 2009, and
Right.
then I released Only Come Out at Night in 2010.
Right.
And then 11, I started writing again, for a third one. But I had so much going on. I just quit working at Polar Studios, so I had to set up my own studio and working twice as hard, to make, ends meet.
Right.
And well, I kept writing, and the guys I had in the band when we were out touring, I wanted that to be a band instead
Right.
because I
Yeah.
mean everyone did it on the same. We went out touring with Wasp, and we kind of, everyone pulled their shit to it,
Right. Yeah.
So we decided to call it Laney's Legion instead. And when we recorded the whole album, a guy called Rob Marcello started calling me and saying,
Right.
"Hey,
Yeah.
Laney, we need to work together." And I was like, I didn't know him actually. It was John, our guitar player, who loved his playing and started playing Danger Danger and stuff like that
Right.
for me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, it's incredible." And it all ended up with me telling John, "I'm sorry, but you have to go because Rob Marcello is joining the band." And he
Wow.
said, "That's fine with me. I mean, if it was someone that's, not as good as him."
Right. Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, but it only became an album, and we did a few shows. Never any shows with Rob though.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Tell me a little bit about Dreams in the Witch House.
Yeah, that's a fun project.
Yeah.
Uh, It's been going on for like 12, 13 years now, I think. It actually was me starting it about 2005,
Okay.
something like that, because
Uh-huh.
I've read a book by Dan Brown. What was it called? Angel and Demons or something like that.
Okay.
Um, and I just fell in love with the whole story. And I'm also a big fan of Operation Mindcrime.
Right.
you So I was like leaning towards doing a musical kind of opera-ish thing.
Right.
Uh, so I did nine songs or something, and I took them to Polar Studios because I started working there 2004. And my boss Leonard, he was really inspired by it, so we started it all, and we did it with different lyrics and all that, and
Right.
somehow it just got, shelved as so much else. And then my buddy Mike Dallinger from LA, he's a musical artist, a really good singer.
Uh-huh.
He called me up. I'm on my way to Sweden. Let's hook up. And then he was at my place, and he's like, I remember you played that opera thing for me.
Right.
Do you still have that? I said, yeah, sure. Yeah, because I just read this book about Dreams in the Witch House.
Right.
I think it would be awesome to make like the whole story about that. And I said,
Right. Yeah.
go for it, man.
Wow.
So it all started there, and we had a lot of people involved in this.
Right.
Everything from Bruce Kulick to Mickey D. We had all the actors like Stefan Sauk, a very famous Swedish actor. We have had the drummer from Depeche Mode. We had Wizard on bass
Right.
from
Yeah.
World's Finest, and
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is with this, we still think it's gonna be something one day. It's all about there's been so much interest surrounding it, but
Right.
if it's gonna be a screenplay or if it's gonna be like a live thing or whatever it is,
Right.
time will tell. But we never give up on it.
Sounds like a cool project, you
Yeah,
know?
it is.
Definitely, definitely. Tell me a little bit about Gathering of Kings.
That was a project that I got involved with prior to what became Gathering of Kings. I was asked to produce it and mix it,
Right.
and the guy who later on produced it and mixed it. He was supposed to master it.
Yeah. Wow.
And we had some talking about that, but at the same time, I got interest from Pretty Maids,
Right.
so I couldn't take it on. But I said I'll play in a few tracks, so I did, and then I played a gig at Sweden Rock Festival with the band.
Cool,
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So, next is Pretty Maids. Tell me about Pretty Maids. I mean, is that everything that you ever thought it would be?
Nothing is.
Uh-huh.
Ever. No, it's been awesome. It's been
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, old heroes of mine too,
Yeah.
and it's just sometimes I need to pinch myself live when you
Right.
play
Yeah.
like Love Games or whatever song,
Wow. Yeah.
because I've listened so many times on these songs, and now I've done 120 shows
Wow.
there, I think.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good considering we had the Corona thing
Yeah.
going on as well,
Yep.
But so far I've done a lot of touring with the band and recorded Undress Your Madness that came out in 2019,
Right.
and I was also the main guy behind Live in Japan or Mates in Japan.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, and so we made a live DVD and a live album over there.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
And then, unfortunately, our singer Ronnie got cancer.
Uh,
Um, so everything got, on hold.
right. Yeah.
At the same time, COVID came, and it was just a pain in the ass. That's
Right.
when I
Yeah.
started this at the movies project to have something to do,
Right. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah,
Cool. 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 Oh, tell me a little bit about the movies, about it.
yeah, it's a fun project. That is a fucking fun. If you have missed it,
Uh,
everyone who listen or looks at this, please check it out. Go out on like Spotify, or even better, go to YouTube, because we have a video for each song.
cool.
It started off with me talking to Alan Sørensen, the drummer from Pretty Maids, and so hey, I don't have anything to do. Let's make like a song,
Right. Yeah.
and let's make like something from Rocky, or and then we started talking about who could be involved, and of course I said Egeberg and Norgren, who I
Right. Yeah.
knew,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I started to know Björn Strid because of Gathering of Kings,
Right.
uh, and Linnea, I've known her all her life, so we just sat down and we said, let's make like 2 songs or something,
Right.
and do this. It was so much fun, and so many people liked it that we made a song a week.
Wow.
So on Thursday, 7 o'clock, every Thursday, 7 o'clock European time, we released a new track from a 80s movie,
Right. Cool.
and that ended up in making 2 albums,
Right. Yeah.
22 songs and
Wow.
video.
Yeah.
It's insane, but it's pretty cool. Let me see if I can get one out here, because I need to show it for you. So we have, this is like season 1.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we are, like the characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And season 2.
Right. Yeah.
And if you
Cool.
buy these albums, you get like stickers and all that shit. And we even have a box set with cassettes, and you get a Walkman with
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. You know.
It's a pretty cool project, and I mean, when we didn't have anything to do,
Right.
we
Yeah.
did shit to do,
Wow. 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 Now the next one, I don't know if I'll pronounce it right. New Havlar.
Hmm?
Nujavlar. You don't know anything about that one?
No.
Oh, okay. I had it under your information.
And you,
Yeah, and then a separate word, Javlar. Lar.
No.
Okay, I'll send it to you anyway. So
Yeah.
you could see,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that. So how is it working with Atkins too?
That's been like a labor of love, kind of, because he was sick. And while he was doing all his treatments and all that, I just told him that if you have any song ideas or whatever, just send them to me and I will, make demos out of it. And,
Right,
so you have something to do as well, to
right,
not, be totally under everything.
right. Yeah,
So we started off doing it backwards, which means I made a demo of his
right,
song. He was like playing and sending me those iPhone kind of things.
right.
And then I produced it and sent back a demo how I heard it. And when we had the songs, he went in to lay down his vocals on these demos because he didn't know if he's going to survive until it was done. You
Right,
know
yeah,
what I mean? So, but it did. And now we made 3 albums. We've been touring with it as well. We've been
yeah,
to Japan as well, and so some part of us still thinks that that helped him,
uh-huh.
to
Oh,
have something else to focus on.
right, yeah. Wow, wow.
But it still has his stage 4 cancer. So, but right now he's doing good. But it's like you never know. It's
Yeah,
it's 3 months. We live
yeah,
in 3 months at a
yeah.
time. Yeah,
Wow, wow. Have you thought about another solo album yet?
not really,
Uh-huh.
because I don't know what I want to do. You
Right,
know,
yeah,
uh, right now I'm so involved with Pretty Maids and with Ronnie, and I'm mixing a lot of stuff. Uh,
uh-huh.
I'd rather look into getting the old stuff out again.
Right, yeah,
Because I mean, Zan Clan, that is, you can't find that album anymore. You
right,
can't find the Randy Piper's Animal albums. You can't
right,
find my solo albums, and they're not on Spotify or Apple Music or anything.
right,
So I really want to make sure it comes out because I'm very proud of that work.
right, yeah. Should be, should be, you know.
Thank you.
Are you working with any bands you want to mention to me?
I must say that I did the Midnight City album,
Okay, that's great. Yeah,
the latest one, and I really love that album, I
right,
must say.
yeah,
And it was fun to make as well because they asked me, please make it 80s. And I
uh-huh.
was like, yeah, but how 80s do you want to go? Because it's
Yeah,
not always that 80s sounds as fat as, you think it does.
right,
And they said, just do your shit. Just do it.
yeah,
And I had so much fun. I had all those old drum machines out and sampling those drum
uh-huh.
sounds, and it's so fucking 80s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Wow.
great songs, great songs. And I mixed an Italian band called Heart to Heart,
Uh-huh.
which is really cool as well.
Cool,
Or
cool.
no, Italian. I think they're from Spain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
but
well.
they're good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Rob from Midnight City. He was at my house a couple times, so
Okay.
he's a good guy.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
is. It
Actually,
is.
we went to see. He was so involved with Danger Danger, like his favorite band. That's all he kept on talking about. Danger 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 Danger, and they happened to be playing that week,
No way.
so we went to see Danger Danger. So it was
He
pretty
must have
cool.
been so happy.
Oh, he was like ecstatic. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. No, I've never really met him, but we had a lot of contact during the album, and it was really fun.
Yeah, I don't
It's
even
one of
know.
those albums that makes me feel good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I mean, this was a while ago. You probably, if I showed you a picture, you probably wouldn't even know that was him.
No,
So like,
okay.
yeah, it's a while ago, but it was an honor having him here. It
Yeah,
was really good.
a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I must say, I'm very flattered. I don't know if you see it. I got that uh, gold thingy from Heat.
Oh yeah,
It,
they're
it took
yeah.
it took a few years, but now I got it.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's actually fun that songs like that you pretty much forget, you know.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden they call you up and say, "Hey, we got an award for you," and go, And so I'm glad.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
Tell me your experience with Kiss.
You mean when we opened up for Kiss?
Yeah, you open up for Kiss. Yeah,
It was insane, man. Just go out on stage and you look down and it says Gene's Bloodline. I
yeah,
mean, and I standing there playing and I look to the right and his sword is hanging there and it was just insane.
yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet them,
Oh,
because they were so sick. They had like a cold,
right. Yeah,
all of them, really bad. But we had fun anyways. I mean, Gene and Eric came up on stage, just say hello, and they
right,
were super nice to us. The thing is, in Denmark, Kiss isn't that big. They're
right,
huge in Sweden and Finland and everywhere else. But somehow, I think this place takes about 3,000 seater,
right. Yeah.
and it didn't sell out.
Wow.
So that's why they asked us to open up because it's the hometown of Pretty Mates and we draw a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
And I think they knew that because they were super nice to us and we got paid. Everything was good.
Good, 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 good. So
No, but it was super cool.
you have anything coming up you want to talk about?
Right now I'm working, as I told you earlier, with the animal stuff,
Uh-huh.
uh, trying to make that come together. And what am I doing? There's so much going on in my life that I
Yeah.
don't know. I know we're gonna go out and play with the Pretty Mates now in December and with Ronnie Atkins too.
Uh-huh.
We sold out first night in Copenhagen, so they added a second night, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's just fun, man. And this is like now November for me is like the pause where I can sit and do
Yeah.
shit. And these are like the old Animal album
Right.
things.
Yeah.
I've
Wow.
been screwing and trying to
Wow.
provide life into them again, going, so
Cool.
no, but life is good. Life is good.
Wow. 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 Is there anything you like to talk about or anything?
Yeah, ooh, I almost forgot. I there is an album coming out now any day, which is Hirsch Gardner from New England.
It's funny you say that. He just emailed me today. I have an
Yeah,
interview with him. I'm going,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
He is a super nice guy.
Uh-huh.
We had so much fun. So I think I did like the lion's share of the album.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Producing and mixing. And it was also super cool to do like Don't Ever Want to Lose You and play guitar on that and know that it's Jimmy Waldo on keyboards and Gershie on bass and you know so that's gonna be a cool album and I can't wait for it. And also Thunder Mother, I they are gonna release a new single here the 15th.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I produced and arranged the vocals on that one. So yeah, uh, I don't know what to say.
Well, when you come to the United States,
Yes. No, we're gonna do the Muscle Rock cruise
cool,
with
cool.
mates, but there is no plan of touring the States. It's
Uh,
hard for a European band to come over. I mean,
yeah.
you need to be like you need to do like a three artist kind of thing to make it happen. And I mean, we're getting old.
Yeah. Tell me.
America's a huge country, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. I would love to. I would so love to, but let's just face it. Right now, I know there's no plans of it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Wow.
But it's insane that we can't go over there and play, and we can go to Japan for fuck's sake. I
Yeah.
mean,
I know.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's pretty far away too.
Yeah. 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 Well,
Yeah,
Chris, it was great talking to you and
the same, my
continue
friend.
this. I mean, we've been friends a long time, but really haven't talked this way in a while.
No, it's like 20 years, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
I would just like to say that. thank you for supporting everything I've been involved with. I mean, I just love this, and I get so happy when I see comments on internet that people enjoy my work.
Right?
And
Yeah.
I'm a lucky son of a bitch. I'm living my dream.
Yeah,
I
you
am.
do. You're doing a great
I'm
job.
producing and I'm out playing, and so life is good. I have two kids that are pretty much grown up. One is 26 and one is 19.
Uh-huh.
So life is pretty good.
Good, good, good. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Talk to
you.
you later.
Absolutely, man.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah.
I have this for you here, just so you know. Let me see if I can find it here. This is the collection I have for you here of guitar picks that
Oh,
I didn't send out yet. You know, let me see if I can see anything. Here is the glasses. I think I had more. Thunder Mother.
cool. I don't have any of them.
Okay, then you're gonna have a few of them, so you
Okay,
can
cool.
do whatever you want. There's another Thunder Mother.
Cool.
Here. As in Hell. You know
Cool.
that band?
No, I don't know, but I don't have it.
It's a Volbeat guy. It's
Okay,
his metal
cool.
band. Yeah.
Cool.
So I have a few of those different ones.
Cool.
And yeah, of course you're gonna get one of those Japanese Chris Laney.
Cool. Excellent. Great.
I got Fitty from Udo, bass
Oh, yeah,
pick.
that's good.
Stefan Kaufmann,
Cool. Yeah.
and a lot of Pretty Maids, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
okay. Yeah,
but
that's
I
great.
also, but I also wonder if did you ever have that guitar pick
I don't think I have that one.
that
Yeah.
says
Crashdiet. Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
names on the backside?
Yeah, I can use that one. Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. You know?
Yeah. So that's how much I've got so far.
Okay. That
I'm
sounds
trying
great.
to collect, for you.
You got to see if you get if the Poodles had any guitar picks. I'd love to get one of them.
I can check, but I don't think they have anything
Yeah.
left. To be honest,
I
I
never
think
seen
it's.
any. I never seen any.
But I'll ask Henrik,
Okay.
the guitar player.
Cool. Cool.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Great.
awesome, man.
Thanks a
Say
lot.
hi
Bye
to the
bye.
family. Bye.